Oh, immortal infancy and innocence of the azure. Invisible winged creatures that frolic all around us. Sweet childhood of air and sky. How oblivious are you of old Ahab's close-coiled woes? But so have I seen little Miriam and Martha, laughing-eyed elves, heedlessly gambol around their own sire, sporting with the circle or singed locks that grow on the marge of this burnt-out crater of a brain. Starbuck, sir. Starbuck. Tis a mild wind and a mild-looking sky. 'Twas on such a day, even such a sweetness as this, I struck my first whale, a boy harpooner of 18. Forty years ago. 40 years of continual whaling. 40 years of privation and peril and storm time. 40 years on the pitiless sea. For 40 years has Ahab forsaken the peaceful land. For 40 years to make war on the horrors of the deep. Aye. And yes, Starbuck. Of those 40, I have spent 3 ashore. When I think of this life I have led, the desolation of solitude it has been, the masoned, walled town of captains exclusively, which admits but small entrance to any sympathy from the green country without. Weariness, heaviness. When I think of all this, half suspected, not so keenly known to me before, and how for 40 years I have fed on dry, salted fare, fit emblem of the dry nourishment of my soul. When the poorest landsman has had fresh fruit to his daily hand, and broken the world's fresh bread to my mouldy crust. Away, whole oceans away from that young girl, wife I wedded past 50, then left the next day for Cape Horn, leaving but one dent in my marriage pillow. Wife, rather widow, with her husband alive. Aye, Starbuck, I widowed that poor girl when I married her. And then the madness, the frenzy, the boiling blood, the smoking brow with which for 1,000 lowerings Ahab has furiously, foamingly chased his prey, more demon than a man. Aye, what a 40 years fool! Old fool has Ahab been. Why this strife of the chase? Why weary and palsy the arm at the oar and the lance and the iron? How richer or better is Ahab now? Behold, Starbuck, is it not hard that with this weary load I bear, that one poor leg should have been snatched from under me? Here, brush these old hairs aside. They blind me that I seem to weep. Locks so grey did never grow, but out some ashes. But do I seem so very old? So very, very old, Starbuck. I feel deadly faint, bowed and humped, as though I were Adam, staggering beneath the piled centuries since paradise. God, crack my heart, stave my brain. Mockery, bitter, biting mockery of grey hairs. Have I lived enough joys to wear thee, and seem and feel so intolerably old? Come, stand closer to me, Starbuck. Let me look into a human eye. 'Tis better than to gaze upon sea or sky. Better than to gaze upon God. By the green land, by the bright hearth, this is the magic glass, man. I see my wife and my child in that eye. No, Stay on board. Lower not when I do. When branded Ahab gives chase to Moby Dick, that hazard shall not be thine. Not with that faraway home I see in that eye. Oh, my captain, noble soul, grand old heart after all. Why should anyone chase that hated fish? Let us away. Let us fly these deadly waters. Let us to home. Wife and child, too, are Starbucks. The wife and child of his brotherly, sisterly, playfellow youth, even as thine, sir, are the wife and child of thy loving, longing, paternal old age. Away. Let us away. This instant, let me alter the course. How cheerily, how hilariously we will bowl on our way to see old Nantucket again. I think, sir, they have many such mild blue days, even as this in Nantucket. They have. I have seen them. Some summer days in the morning. About this time. Yes. It is his noon nap now. The boy vivaciously awakes, sits up in his bed, and his mother tells him of me. Cannibal old me, and how I am abroad upon the deep, but will yet come back to dance him again. 'Tis my Mary herself. She promised that my boy every morning should be taken to the hill to catch the first glimpse of his father's sail. Yes, no more, 'tis done. We sail for Nantucket. Come, my captain, study out the course. Let us away. See the boy's face in the window. See the boy's hand on the hill. What is it? What nameless, inscrutable, unearthly thing is it? What cozening, hidden lord and master, and cruel, remorseless emperor commands me, that against all natural lovings and longings I so keep pushing and crowding and jamming myself on all the time, making me ready to do what of my own proper natural heart I durst not so much as dare. Is Ahab? Is it I, God, or who that lifts this arm? But if the great sun move not of himself, but is an errand boy in heaven, nor one solitary star revolve but by some invisible power, how then can this one small heart beat? This one small brain think thoughts, unless God does that beating, does that thinking, does that living, and not I. By heaven, man, we are turned round and round in this world, like yonder windlass, and fate is the hand's pike. And all the time, lo, that smiling sky, this unsounded sea. Look at yon albacore. Who put it in him to chase and fang that flying fish? Where do murderers go, man? Who's to doom when the judge himself is dragged to the bar? But it is a mild, mild wind. and a mild-looking sky. And the air smells as if it blew from some faraway meadow. They have been making hay somewhere under the slopes of the Andes, Starbuck. And the mowers now sleep in the new-mown hay. Sleep. Aye, toil we how we may, we all will sleep on the field. Sleep? Aye, and rust amid greenness like last year's scythes, flung down and left in the half-cut swamps. Starbuck.